Anyway, so how were the fights last night? You got yesterday. I should say.
I thought it was really watched two. I watched two fights.
I mean,
might lie to you.
fights?
I thought it was one of the better, like nothing compares to that London fight night, but like it was there, man. Like it was close.
Put it this way, the fight, so many finishes happened, so many fights ended quickly that the main card started at 4 and it was over before fucking 6. The whole main card was over before 6.
That is telling. I remember because I was bogged down by family. They suck, right? And I was
bogged down by gay ass work.
Yeah. Well, and I end up looking, I'm like, well, I bet a card should kind of hang on for a little bit. I'll be able to jump in there. Chanel goes to sleep at 7 before she goes to work. And I'm like, I'll catch the main event.
Yeah.
Fuck. No, I didn't. I looked at, I couldn't even believe the main event started, to be honest. The prelims were pretty good too, from what I could see.
Because when you had stopped in,
there were so many
all this
finishes.
stuff, I was like, this is the co-main event. Because it was already to the co-main event.
I almost felt like with this card missing it, not just missing it, but not watching it with my two best old friends, K-Rock and Schnozby. Would have been like if we'd missed that London card that we'd watched a couple months back. That would have been heartbreaking to have not
right,
you guys.
There was only one decision on the main card, and it was that the co-main event.
The co-main event.
And it was actually a scrap still. Like it was good.
What was the co-main event? I don't remember. I can pull it up.
You want those names out there, buddy?
That one guy's name. I don't know the guy's name. He's a Russian
He
cat.
can get rocked.
He's undefeated. He's like 16
Mosar or whatever.
Yeah, Mosar or something. Evelev or something like that.
Yeah.
I thought it was Mosayev or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Oh, you can be right.
Good about him.
Yeah.
That's why I said Sean say the names, because I was like, I'm not going to pronounce
I don't know
them.
his name. I honestly, that last night was the first time I'd ever seen him fight.
That was his seventh fight in UFC too.
Yeah. All decisions though. That's the only knock on him. He hasn't finished anybody yet. But I mean,
no, he everything. But I will say, yesterday, he wasn't trying for a decision. He was working. It just worked out that way.
Dan Ige is just tough.
Yeah, he was trying to.
Evlaev.
There you go.
Evlaev.
He was trying to get him out of there.
Yeah.
He just wasn't going away.
Well, was there some kind of finger fucking gloves situation? I saw that specifically on Twitter where.
Oh no, that was hold on. That was
a different fight.
Yeah, hold on. It was the other decision of the card. I think it was the Joe.
The other decision of the card. How awesome is that to say?
Yeah, because dude, it was a majority decision. One was 28-28. One was 28-27. So he got docked, and then one was 29-27 for the guy who won was like Selecki.
Oh, Joe Selecki.
Yeah, I think he got docked. He's the one who got docked a point because when he had dude's back.
Yeah. And
he just kept grabbing his underneath his gloves.
Did you guys see the Jeff Molina decision?
Unreal. Okay, I was talking to Sean about this last night. It was so bad that it was because I thought he won the fight, Molina, but I also for sure thought he lost that first round. I think it was 1-1 going into the third, and I thought Molina won. But there were a lot of close rounds. When they said 30-27, Molina walked away because he was like, "Oh, that's not me," and it was him.
So the most definitive round was the one he lost.
Yeah.
I'm gonna screen share if you guys don't mind, so we can
go for
it. I do think Molina won that fight. I really do think Molina won that fight, but it was. If you can say it wasn't 29-28, I don't know what you're smoking.
Well, okay, so let's watch it here. I can even open it. Let's
has it 30-27 for your winner by split decision, Jeff.
Totally shocked. Can't believe that he won. You can tell that he's like,
oh, it froze.
Oh no! Did you guys see any of that?
I saw it.
I saw it all. But at the end, it froze, and I thought, and you guys froze too, so I was worried.
Probably just because I popped out of the full screen. But yeah, he was totally surprised. Well, maybe he was just surprised by the points.
No, the 30-27. If they'd have said 29-28, I think he would have stayed right there and waited. But when they said 30-27, because that other dude for sure won a round. For sure.
I heard he dropped him in the first and the second.
Your mic's cutting out, Matt.
Mine is.
I don't know.
Might be my connection. Can you guys still hear me pretty well
now? Yeah, it was just weirdly cutting out for a second.
I did like mess with my settings a minute ago. If you guys ever mess with your settings, just be careful because you might think they're perfect, and then one day you want to talk like this.
Right.
Why are my settings awful?
Yeah. Right.
Anyways, yeah, I'm so sad I missed the card. I mean, I'm sad enough that I looked up the Molina fight because I just wanted to know whatever I could about it. But
Okay, so another crazy decision or crazy fight. Fuck, I can't even pronounce these guys' names, man. Hold on.
was it on the prelims or was it on the main card?
It was on the prelims, right? The fight right before that fight.
Okay, so right before. So that was Rinat Fakhretdinov versus Andreas Michailidis.
Yeah, okay, so dude won for sure. The guy won 30-26. But
Okay.
I missed the third round of that fight. He was already winning 2-0. But I think a lot of people are going to miss the fact that, like, there was some, like, grappling exchanges where, like, the other dude was amazing. He was just better. Like, they would, like, a guy would take top and they'd roll, dude would take top and roll, and that dude always ended up on top. But I do think Michailidis, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think he's, like, better than what 30-26 says. He just ran into a guy who was better at a certain thing. Like, because there's times where he was escaping and rolling and stuff. Because, like, the dude had 5 takedowns on him. But there was times where he'd, like, take that takedown and kind of reverse it for a second and then get back. Like, at the end of the day, the other dude was always on top.
Right.
But I don't think people, if you didn't watch the fight, you wouldn't have expected some of the grappling exchanges that happened in that fight. Because it's a 30-26. You know, you imagine it's an ass kick.
Right.
But, like, there's some grappling exchanges in the first and second round that I watched because I missed the third round that were actually pretty exciting. Like, even though he lost out on him.
Well, I remember I was just following things on Twitter, and Michael Chiesa tweeted, "Finally, someone got a point deduction tonight." That was just before the main card started. So
because there was like multiple people who got warned repeatedly for grabbing the fence, but never got the point.
That's what I'd read.
Yeah, like they were grabbing the fences all night, like, and they got warned, but no one ever came in and said, "Hey, you know, a point," you know.
Yeah, I think
that Michailidis got warned 3 times 1 round and still didn't lose a point.
Wow.
Hey, Shanazby.
What's up?
You're recording this. What do you have it set? Do you have it in gallery view or what?
It is where you can see all 3 of us equal.
Is that the way you guys want it?
I like that.
Okay, I was just asking. Sorry, it just came to my mind.
No, it's all good. It's an important question to know going forward.
That's the important thing.
There was one fight on the main card. I forgot that I saw 3 fights actually. The Triziano versus Lucas Almeida fight was pretty crazy. That was the one where I think Almeida rocked him in the first round, then Triziano, or I might have it back. Like one guy rocked the other in the first round, second round. It was just like really crazily back and forth. But then there was an accidental headbutt at the end of the second round, and they were leaking pretty bad. Yeah.
Dude, that guy that I've never seen a cut like that dude that had the one on his cheek.
Yeah.
Where it like split open like it was like a tear or something. Like you can actually see it, like it was weird.
Weird. Yeah, definitely weird. But it was a good fight for sure.
I'm just going to add cushion under my ass cheeks.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Just
ass cushion's cool.
But yeah, so bummer. I hate not being able to watch a fight or a card and then talking about.
Did you watch the stoppage, Matt?
Yeah. I watched the Rosenstreich stoppage.
What do you think?
I'm kind of torn on it. I wonder what my opinion would have been live.
Dude, when someone turns their back the way he did as a ref, you got to be like, oh shit, like because he gets rocked and he just turns around like you know, and
he
then
obviously could have given him a few more seconds.
I think the end result would have been the same.
It would have been the same.
Not a heavyweight. They would have given him more time.
Yeah.
No, honestly, if they would have let him throw 3 more punches, I think it would have been a KO. Like,
yeah, clean. He would have probably slept, dude.
Yeah, I think it would actually put him out.
I'll tell you what, they didn't do any favors at all for themselves, the UFC, at least their Twitter page is ever in charge of it. Can I show you guys what my first viewing of the stoppage was?
Yeah.
No, don't care. No.
This I think is wild. Let me know when you can see that it's being shared.
Yeah, I see it.
All right, it's about to start.
Alexander! Stop speaking
That's literally how the video starts.
Yeah, they always
Volk
do
was
that.
kind of pissed
'Cause
about
they don't like
stoppage.
showing the finishes, so yeah, and it looks weird when it's a finish like this.
Yeah, but why would they even?
Yeah,
Why? Like,
Well,
don't-
because it was way
show the-
worse than that.
it was
Oh,
like,
no,
just don't post
I
that.
I watched it back. I mean, I have ESPN Plus, so I saw him get popped. He gets popped. But
Yeah.
I'm be honest. Just before that, he hits that. He kind of
He
grabs.
landed kind of flush with something not too long before that.
loud.
Yeah,
It is
But-
loud.
But my thing is, I think what it came down to as like a ref, like in Herb Dean's position, when a guy gets punched and does that weird looping over right and circles around, you're like, oh, he's fucked up. Like mentally, you're like, oh man, like, and then he hits him one more time, and it actually wakes him back up. I think is what happens. Like Volk hits him one more time after
there's
that.
also a point too where you can notice the ref look during that whole the final exchange. The ref looks into Rosenstruck's eyes, and I'm guaranteeing he saw something where he was like, "Oh yeah, like it's time to step in here."
I'll tell you right now, who wouldn't have stopped that fight is Dan Mergliotta.
Yeah, he would have let.
Dude, Mario
Dan
Yamasaki.
Mergliotta
Mario
let it
Yamasaki
roll.
would have let someone die in that fight. Dude.
Well, the reason I say Dan Mergliotta isn't because Dan Mergliotta is known for such a thing. It's because when I see this, especially with heavyweights, you know what it flashes me back to. Chet Congo, Pat freaking Barry, Pat Blueberry.
Greatest.
I mean, imagine if you flip the
You
role.
kind of got to look at the other way too, though. With
Overall, I don't agree with the stoppage. Overall, I'm just going to say that I think that there's a minute possibility that Rosenstreich could have popped out of that and even smoked. And my thing is, you can't just because they're heavyweights take away for the viewer the possibility of a brawl, because guys in
it
small
wouldn't have been a
divisions
brawl.
can go back. Dude, it might have been a brawl for a minute.
I think Volkov's couch.
I think Volkov gets 3 more punches. The guy's out.
I don't know. I don't know. I
Well,
mean,
Volkov's a sniper. You know.
Oh yeah, that's my
Also,
And when
too,
dude
when
turned
landed
his
that
back,
clean shot, Volkov kind of just ate it and walked forward. He didn't really look overly stunned.
Volkov's better, I think.
Yeah.
no.
I actually
my
thought
thing
that
is
Rosenstruck was going to win it, so maybe that's kind of. I thought that he might just like sneak one out because Volkov, I think, disappoints sometimes. But I just
when a guy gets rocked like that against someone who you know is going to land his next 3 punches,
Yeah.
like Volkov's going to land something after that. He's a sniper.
Yeah.
He is going to hit a right cross. Like when it comes back to me, I think one of the things where it comes back to me is Shane Carwin versus Frank Mir, where a dude's clearly out and you're just letting this 265-pound man pound his face off the mat. You don't want to let those big heavyweights do brain damage to one another. Like
what's Rosenstreich said about it? What's Rosenstreich's?
I don't think he said.
oh, he's upset. He wasn't
I'm
happy
sure
about
he's
it.
upset. Yeah.
He doesn't seem like he's like bullshit though. He seems like he's like, damn, shouldn't have been caught, kind of.
Right.
That's kind
No,
of
yeah,
all
he said like it's like it was. I think he said like it was an early stoppage, but I was rocked type
Hold
shit.
on.
Like
I just found his official statement and I'll share it.
Yeah, please do.
I've not read anything about it. I'm just like kind of putting myself in his shoes.
By the way, his nickname is Biggie Boy.
Biggie Boy. Something to
Why?
do with where he's from or something. You guys see
course.
that?
Yeah, I do.
Let me maximize it.
Hi everyone. He starts it with
Confused
hi
how the
everyone.
Fight went, and I'm disappointed that it was stopped. It was definitely a troubling situation, but I was far from giving up the fight. Did someone lay flat on the ground with his eyes shut? That's what we call a knockout. Hashtag UFC Vegas 56.
Well, you didn't get knocked out. You got TKO'd. If we let every single fight go to a knockout, people would be getting fucking hurt in the octagon.
Go ahead.
Why did he put 1/2? I'm guessing he thought he was gonna have 2. Like this was gonna be a long tweet, and then he was like, "Oh, I'm actually done."
But I'm gonna keep the 1/2.
Keep the 1/2,
Maybe he's
which is-
reserving a secondary opinion for this.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, I think if we start letting every fight go to actual knockout, there's going to be issues with health.
That's not what's being said, though, Kyle. You know it's not. What's being said is it could have gotten closer. I think everybody thinks that it should have gone a second or 2 longer.
Well, no, I was just looking up at the tweet reactions to the fight, and this one guy goes, "Need to see that stoppage getting looked at tad early," and then he watched it again, and like at the end, he was like, he was stumbling and appearing out of it. I don't really mind the stoppage at all. More to the point, Rosenstruck has relied on counter striking as a UFC strategy
Even
that actually can be valuable, but not against the better parts of the division.
even Anik at first was like, I think that was early, and then when they hit the replay, he was like, yeah, kind of watching that back now. He's like, I kind of feel like he didn't say like it was justified, but he said it was more justified.
No, I will say it was an early stoppage. I won't disagree with that.
Yeah.
But you got to be in the ref's shoes, and you see a guy turn his back on someone who's piecing him up, and then you're just like,
that's the body language of somebody who wants out.
If like you're just like that. Just
not always. I'm not saying that's 100% always the case, but then in a lot of times, body language wise, when a guy's turtling up or kind of like shouldering away from somebody, it's not a good visual.
You're right. I got a point though. One, you kind of got to think. I mentioned earlier that these are smaller guys. Like for refs, it must be hard going from 155 to 185 to 125 to 205 to heavyweight.
You kind of got to have a different philosophy for each division. You know what I mean? When you
if that was a smaller weight division, that fight would have went on for sure.
Yeah, and probably dude would have probably survived. You know what I mean?
But also a heavyweight isn't going to cover up like Rosenstrike didn't. He didn't turtle, and that's if he covers up and doesn't do anything. We've seen countless 155 and 170 fights like this in our lives where we're like, he stopped it, dude wasn't out, but he kind of, he's getting bombarded and he's just covering up and not doing.
I think Brock Lesnar versus Cain Velasquez is a good point at that, because like Brock's on all fours getting hammered by Cain. They stop the fight, Brock just stands right up. He literally just like
all fours getting hammered by Cain.
Yeah.
K-Rock, you're on it today, buddy.
On it. But he stands up instantly, Brock does in that fight. He literally just stands right up.
He was like, I'm tired of getting punched.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar's also a different monster than Rosenstrike. Rosenstrike is not in a position such as that often enough to turtle up and roll and pull guard. So, like, again, he's going to probably think to dip out.
He usually either puts people out or gets put out most of the time.
Well, when you watch that, he's not dipping out in that clip.
No, he dips out because the fight is called and Volkov pulls.
Right.
No, before that, when he gets spun around, it wasn't him dipping out. It was him getting rocked and spinning around.
He literally goes like I watched.
There's definitely give to his body.
But in the end, when the fight is called, he does very much run up out of it. And to me, like that is probably a more heavyweight striker move to do, where you're not going to see that across the board. And I guess the real point I'm trying to make is, I think we'd all agree, if the fight is called, if you believe the fight was called early, you'd say only by a second or so, a punch or so. And is a referee going to get chastised for a second or two? No. Excellent reffing. Good job. But a ref can be an excellent ref and do a good job reffing and still be slightly imperfect.
Well, I feel like Herb Dean's seen it all, right? You know what I mean? He's been there forever. And right. I bet there's been times where he let a fight go a little long and the dude got blacklisted, like knocked the fuck out. And he's like, I don't want to let people get brutalized like that if I don't have to.
Well, you can call a fight with people standing.
Yeah.
It should have been called in the past. It has been called.
It was Herb last night. Herb was the ref. I wasn't paying that much attention. Okay.
Yeah, it was Herb.
When he sees so, I bet he's let fights go before. And then afterwards, he was like, man, I could have saved that guy. He's kind of had a hospital.
He's kind of had a string of bad decisions ever since Robbie Lawler Ben Askren. Because remember, that was the whole controversial. Yeah. Did Robbie go out because he jumped up? It was the same situation, but with a submission, because he jumps up right away. But also too, if you watch it, it does look like Robbie's arms kind of go limp. So it's like, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Did he call Calvin Kattar Max Holloway as well?
I can't remember who called that.
Yeah, that's who it was. It was
somebody should stop that.
Well, I think that's what I'm saying. Like I think in his head, he's seen both sides of the fence or whatever.
Yeah, he's let fights go too long, and he's also stopped fights early.
Herb Dean might be the best ref of all time. He's had a good track record. There's nothing like, and nobody has perfect records of calling.
No, yeah.
But I see him and I see Herb Dean. I'm like, yeah, it was a couple seconds too early. Good job, Herb.
No, I agree. I agree with it. Possibly stopped early. But I also think that nothing would have changed.
But when I saw that Volkov rocked him, I didn't give a damn. Literally, when I was like, oh, he rocked him legit, I don't give a damn how the fight went.
You didn't give a damn.
I'll tell you what, son. Rosenstreak, I am not impressed.
Yeah.
Garzino,
that's another thing I want to say.
What?
Another thing is like I feel like he was just getting kind of beat up, man. Like, so like, say you let it go to say he survives that, goes to the next round. I could, if that fight went 15 minutes or 25 minutes, it would have just been him getting picked apart by a sniper, like the whole time.
Yeah. No, I think that it was fine. You know what? It fit the MO of the card.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with it. An early day card. Everybody in England had a good time, had a fun night with it.
Well, because when Volk initially like rocks him, he comes to run in and he steps back. He does like that, you know, like, oh shit, like because he thought Rosenstrick was about to go down. So he comes to step in, and then Rosenstrick kind of wakes back up. So he steps back out, and then he steps in again after that second shot when he turns his back.
Yeah, you know, I think that whenever I see a guy, even if his lights go off and on, and they're on when the fight's called, I don't care. Ronda Rousey's lights were on when she got destroyed by Amanda Nunes.
No, yeah, she does. She like stumbles
there.
around, and she's
Dude.
like still standing, you know, like.
No, nobody in the world is going to ever imagine. Yeah, maybe if she could have been a striker, maybe if she had a knockout history like Rosa had. But anyways, you know, good job. A great card. I'm sad I missed it. Any other specific moments that made you think? Maybe any fight turnouts? See, I didn't know many of these guys.
I got one. I got to find who it is because I don't really know him, but he like impressed me yesterday.
That's why I wanted.
He was hyped up coming in. The guy was. The Osborne guy.
Oh, Odie Osborne.
Odie.
Yeah, the Jamaican guy.
Yeah.
I was impressed by that fight for sure.
You're right back.
Because it was just like, at first, like they were kind of just doing whatever.
Right.
And then finally, he just blasted him. Like,
yeah.
5 minutes later.
Oh, man. Yeah, that would be weird. I guarantee there's people we went to school with that probably have OnlyFans.
How would it be any more embarrassing for me when you're the one posting yourself nude online?
Yeah, true. For sure. If you ever see him in public, you're like, I've seen that chick's butthole. Oh, man, that's funny. Good stuff.
I'd make a burner account and donate some money and make her do something wild.
Yeah.
Like something wild.
Stick a cake up your ass.
I may if I saw her in person afterward, I may start laughing.
I think if I was like super rich, I would do shit like that. Not even to be sexual, just because I think it's funny. Like fart on a cake. How much to see fart on a cake? It'd be funny. I'd like show my friends and just be like, ah.
I got this bitch to fart on a cake.
Oh my god.
All right, so this is getting edited out.
Hell no, this is hilarious. Fuck that. I've got the file. I ain't editing nothing out. It's on my laptop. I'll cut out just this part and post it on the YouTube. This is the highlight clip of the episode.
Dude, we start getting messages from girls we know with OnlyFans. Be like, oh, you said you would subscribe if you.
They'll be like, we'll do it. Like, fuck it, let's pool our money together, gentlemen. Let's get a video of this girl farting on a cake. That's funny stuff. Man, this guy has been gone like 10 minutes, probably. Maybe a little.
Is he alive?
He muted his mic. Still mutes. There he is.
Oh, there he is. There he is. This fucking Snoop.
This fucking snap.
Hey!
You should have heard what we were just talking about. Boy, oh boy.
Talking about me?
No. We're talking about. We just randomly were talking about OnlyFans stuff, and I was like,
Go ahead.
I was like, if I was super rich, just not even for like a sexual urge, just to like make myself laugh, I would pay girls like, because you can get like custom videos and stuff. Like, just pay a girl like, hey, will you fart on a cake? Just because I would have it on my phone and like show people and be like, look what I made this girl do.
Yeah, dude, this girl liked me so much, bro.
Yeah.
Watch this.
Watch this. She
and it says like "Happy Birthday, Sean" on it.
Yeah,
and she farts out the candles.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah, that's
dude. That's $1 million video, Matt.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
If we could get like a mid-level celebrity to make that video,
Oh my god, we might have to edit this out because this is wild. But
5 minutes later.
this card, besides the last 3 fights, though, this card's, I mean, it's good. There's probably gonna be some really good fights on this, but it's not. Really
I mean, the Johanna Zhang Weili that's gonna seal the show, right?
Yeah, probably.
I honestly think I would pay just for those 3 fights.
Yeah, for sure.
And they know that.
You either, and for the co-main event, you either get to see Shevchenko smash somebody or a fucking drastic upset.
One of the biggest, huge upset.
For sure. And then the main event's going to be good. Regardless of who wins, it's going to be good, I think.
I think that Bontorin guy is pretty fun at flyweight too. So that is a pretty clean card.
He's the underdog in that fight too. I was looking at the odds the other day.
Well, we're rooting for him because we got his
dog. I thought you said a completely different name, and I was like, I don't see that guy.
Well, I mean, I was saying a minute ago, I was like, we think we usually can't pronounce any names on the early prelims other than the word Edwards. I can't pronounce nothing on that damn thing.
Jocelyn Edwards, Ramona. I can't pronounce that last name.
Dana Batgirl.
Yeah.
Dana Batgirl. I don't know. I'm just like, this is going to be a rough one.
Kang Kyung Ho. And
then go ahead and pronounce the guy fighting Steve Garcia on the prelims.
Yeah, have fun with that.
It's Ayer Mahasate.
Ayer Misha Tate. That's what it looks like from far away. It looks like it's Misha Tate without it.
High as shit, Misha Tate.
High as shit, Misha Tate, bro. That's my favorite fight. Watch him be a
dude.
Beast,
if Misha Tate walks out there high as shit, that'd be the
blunt hanging off the lips, dude. Chinese blunt hanging off the
greatest fucking thing ever.
I wonder how good weed is in China.
Probably trash.
Dog, your internet connection is unstable, it says.
Who, mine?
I'm guessing mine.
Mine's stable as shit.
Yeah, mine's super stable.
My Wi-Fi
is like a fucking horses in it. Woo!
Mine's super stable like DX.
Oh,
DX. So if you guys had a prediction
leave the screen share.
What would you say? Probably Zhang Weili versus Joanna.
Real quick.
I mean, I think it'd have to be right because Joanna's gonna be pissed. I don't know. She's just always so mad.
This shit. Let me see if I can find what time it is.
Did you see what Carolina said about her?
Mm-mm.
She's like, the only reason I'm here is because of JJ talking about Joanna. Because she wasn't sure what to do after her last fight camp, and Joanna called her, was like, hey, come to American Top Team over at the gym they're talking about. And she set up her whole camp for her. She set up like all her camp for her, everything.
Has there ever been an angrier looking person than Joanna? Like
Diego Sanchez.
I mean, I'm not just saying when he comes out to fight. I mean, like she just generally looks pissed. I mean, I know she smiles all the time, but when she smiles, she looks pissed. She literally looks like, I don't know, she's like had her clit cut off and like been tortured by Russian spies for a long period of time and has like been taught to assassinate people from the tops.
I fucking did not see it go in that direction, man.
Pay-per-view starts at regular time. It's not like one of those weird timed pay-per-views. So it'll start at 10
p.m.
Yep. So
Jesus,
regular pay-per-view.
That must be breakfast in China, right?
Right. Yeah.
It's in China.
Yeah, it's in Singapore.
Or Singapore.
Might be their first event. You know what's crazy is it doesn't look like there's. Do what?
I just said Singapore looks like a great place to be.
Yeah, probably a pretty cool spot to fight too.
There's a hotel it's 2 adjacent hotels that are the same height, and there's a pool that attaches the both of them.
No,
not for me, bud.
Not me. No,
and it's clear on the bottom, so you'll. And these are of course like fucking Burj Khalifa style buildings, like 100 stories.
No chance you're putting me in that fucking pool, dude.
Yeah, and it's actually the pool I think is infinity pool.
I don't even think I'd like them ones where the water goes. It looks like it's going over the side.
That's what it is. It's an infinity pool.
Yeah,
so it literally has no edge. There's like a video clip of some like drunk white chick walking on the edge of that, and the like the bartender's like, get off the fucking edge of death right now.
Yeah, you're gonna fucking die, dude. I saw this wild video the other day. It's this guy.
I'm getting like weird feelings just thinking about being in that fucking pool. So
yeah,
I have to pee now.
I saw this video. This guy had a GoPro on, and he fucking jumps from a fucking airplane, hits his parachute, lands on top of a building. Security comes out to try to get him. Jumps off of the building, dude. Like reuses his parachute and like does this weird thing where he's like standing on the edge and throws the parachute from over his back in front of him, and then kind of holds it so it catches air, and then jumps over it so the parachute shoots up, catches him, and guides him down to the beach. It was like
That's
some
Bruce
James
Wayne.
Bond shit. It was insane.
Dude,
Yeah.
okay, so my buddy I lived with in Fort Wayne for a while was super into like free falling around or whatever. Where you got those suits
Yeah.
and you just jump and like
just sugar
guide
gliding?
down the mountains.
Sugar monkey. Yeah, that's what they're called, or something like that.
And he was talking about it. He's like, he showed me videos. He's like, he was my favorite. Then he died. And then he's like, now my new favorite is this guy, but he just recently died. I'm like, yeah, they're fucking jumping with body suits on. And then dude, they will hit the wall going like 300 mile an hour.
Wild.
Because they're like, they get fucking going, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's my remember
Base
when
jumping,
Kobe-
kind of.
people were like, Kobe died on a helicopter. That's fucking crazy. And then people were like commenting afterwards and were like, Kobe Bryant didn't like LA traffic and he lived in LA. So he took a helicopter everywhere. He'd take helicopters literally everywhere he went. He never drove ever.
Because he
So it's
liked
like-
having the most amount of time with his family as possible.
Yeah.
is what they were
So
saying.
homeboy, of course you're gonna die. It's
Yeah.
like you know, like they say that flying is less dangerous than driving and stuff, but that's because you drive every fucking day.
Yeah.
You know, like
Everyone's
if you
driving
flew-
too. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, you flew a fucking plane as much as I hop in the F-150. That bitch is going down in a month, dude. It'll just be worn to shit. You know,
Yeah.
of course you can't fucking do dangerous shit like that every fucking day. You
dog,
know?
I had a dream last night or night before that I went fucking down in an airplane, dude.
That's crazy.
Oh, that's a rough one. That's
Yeah.
a rough one.
Well, because it starts hitting turbulence, everyone's like, "Oh, okay, some turbulence," you know, and then it hits it hard, like, and you're like, "Oh, okay." So I'm freaking out at this point. I start covering my head, and a lady's like, "I just looked out the window. We're going straight down," and I was like, "What?" And then, right, of course, when you're dreaming, swear, rises like I start looking out the window at this point. As soon as it's about to hit the ground, I wake up.
Of course, because you're like it's getting intense.
Yeah.
I'm about to drive over to Sean's, pull up on him, demand 2 hits out of his little Sherlock pipe, and drive off, dude. I'm completely out of bud.
Damn.
Sucks nuts. That's probably why I'm saying out off the wall bonkers shit right now. Yeah, probably what that's about.
Need some nerve calm.
Was there anything else MMA wise that was probably not?
Yeah, I mean Yuri Bros is gonna fucking kick the living shit out of Teixeira, and I love Teixeira. Like, but I'm not gonna root for him because I'm gonna root for the younger up and coming guy.
No,
who can-
okay, so I have
Always.
no delusion that he should win, but I'm still for sure rooting
Riding
for
with
Glover.
Teixeira.
Yeah,
No,
I have
feel
no
that.
delusion. I have no delusion to think that he is, you know.
What more do you want from Teixeira? Like, I'm literally asking you, Kyle. What more do you want from his career until you'll stop?
Honestly, I think I would love to see him win this fight and then put the gloves right in the middle of the octagon.
To just go out on top.
Against Yuri Prohaska, then I'm not taking anything away from Yuri Prohaska at all. And it's not like Teixeira is going to be able to fight John Jones, you know, like, but I don't know. I feel like that's a weird opponent to retire against. Like, I don't know. I bet maybe you're right. Beating an up and coming guy when you're just an absolute stud.
No, here's the thing. If he loses, I think he takes like a good, like, throwback legend fight for his last fight. If he loses the title.
Also, name out.
Well, so 205, they're kind of all young right now, man, at 205.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, a lot of the legends have been getting weeded out.
I can't really, honestly, I can't think of a name. He said he wants Jan again. He said he'd run it back with Jan.
That's a good one, I feel like.
What if for his last fight? Well, they're talking about though as if it's for the title. Because
No, yeah, they're saying, he said, go out there and win one more and I'll win this weekend and we'll be or like whatever. Like, we'll
what
run
do you
it
guys
back.
think about this? What if for let's say he loses against Yuri and wants to do one more fight or whatever? What if he takes a fight at heavyweight? What if he doesn't cut weight? What if he takes maybe a Andre Arlovsky or something like that, an older, you know what I mean? You don't
Andre
like
Arlovsky's
that,
kind of
like-
cool because Andre
I like
Arlovsky's
that.
not a
That's the
cool
only reason I'm
heavyweight.
thinking.
I think it'd be awesome. I don't think Glover cuts that much weight.
Probably not. Probably not.
He's
Dude,
so
so-
old at this. Like, I
Let
don't
Glover
think he,
fight fucking Derek Lewis.
No, God, don't do that to him.
Let Glover
Derek
fight
Lewis
Derek
have
Lewis.
that motherfucker eating it.
Oh, no
Well,
doubt.
Man.
No doubt. Yeah, no, I think like that. I think that suggestion's the best.
yeah,
I
I can't think of anything better. Like
Best.
I
think he's
I
about
really
the
can't
right
think of
size.
anything better than that.
Yeah. Good call, Snosby. Good call, bud.
Well, mostly because like when you're talking about the legend, like what I was going with at first, Rever, like there really isn't anyone at 205 that you're like, this would be a great walk away
Shogun, but I
fight.
think wasn't that Shogun's last fight last?
Fuck, dude. I don't care if it was his last fight. If fucking Glover loses this fight, they should make Shogun for sure.
That would be cool for both of their. Just let them both.
Yeah, just walk away fights.
I'm sorry, but like I need Glover Teixeira to lose to Yuri. I need him to for light heavyweight. Because like then we get to see Yuri fight so many guys.
Yeah.
You know, like well maybe he loses to fucking I don't know Ankalaev like 8 months later. I don't know, but still like
Ankalaev is a dark horse, man. Matt freeze up. I think Matt froze up. Yep, Matt froze up. Kind of looks creepy
Yeah.
because he's like mid blink almost.
I think. Well, my thing is, I think if Glover wins, the reason why I say the walkaway happens is because, like, dog, how long were you talking for?
it just says it's just told me now that everything dropped, that my connection was unstable.
It came in as you were like,
nothing you just said.
You were finishing off your argument and you like put your hand down, like, yeah, that's right. And we're like, dude, I didn't hear anything.
Oh, damn, that sucks.
Yeah.
The whole point was, I think that 205 is going the way a lot of other divisions are, where the guy at the top he's not an undefeated John Jones GSP type guy.
Yeah. There's really only like 2 divisions that are like that, right? Well, I guess the women's divisions, you can say there's actually quite a few because like there's like Usman.
Yeah.
Like big
Usman, Israel.
Okay, let's go through it real quick. The guys who we think are like the unbeatable looking guys.
So if we start at like 115 women's, it's Carla. She's definitely beatable, very beatable.
Definitely.
125 women's, Shevchenko, unbeatable. So that's
unbeatable.
135 Juliana Pena, in my opinion, beatable until she proves otherwise.
Right. No, I agree.
I think second fight Nunes is gonna go a little different.
145
yeah, I do too.
Nunes probably unbeatable.
Yeah.
Then you go to men's, 135.
Whoa. Nunez, we can't just say she's unbeatable at 145 after
she got beat, right? So we can't really say that.
Yeah, well, she's not at 145. She's way healthier.
But no, but I'm gonna still say that and until she at least wins one more fight, I'm gonna say
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that.
So we just
that changes.
So first, so 125 men's, was it Figueiredo?
Figueiredo beatable, right? Moreno.
Oh, yeah. 135 is Aljo, I think beatable.
Beatable, right?
145 Hulk, I would almost say unbeatable looking at this moment.
I think right now.
Well, his next fight will tell the tale.
I'm going to say that his next fight, if it's Max, right? Max is
supposedly it's
first
Max.
rank.
Yeah.
Right. So I look at it, he's beaten Max twice. So right now, in my mind, Alexander Volkanovski just kind of passed that cusp of unbeatability. So I'm putting him personally.
After seeing after seeing the second Max fight, I think there's a good chance that he could lose to Max in the third one.
I get that.
So I'm not going to say unbeatable, but if he beats Max, for sure.
Okay, I think that's fair because again, it does feel weird.
I had Max in the second fight. I had Max winning that fight. So
I did too.
That's a good point, actually. That fight was really close.
Rank him yet.
That's impossible.
Charles.
Well, the thing is, if Volk beats Max a third time, it's a lock. He's the best 145er to ever fight. Like,
yeah.
Hey, do me a favor, Sean. Can you turn yourself up a tad?
Yeah. What do I sound like now?
Just a little bit more.
Better.
Can you turn your gain up? That white knob on top.
I don't have a white knob.
Yeah, you do, buddy. No, I'm sorry, I forgot that you had the red thing.
Yeah.
Never mind. You sound good enough.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's
I think it's kind of bring her in a little closer to the mic.
Yeah.
Oliveira is, I feel like, in the same world as Volk because he's beaten everybody, right?
He beats like an Islam, then yeah, I'll be like, okay, yeah.
I agree.
Is just crazy to me
I do think
Yeah.
I'll never bet against Oliveira again because he just proved me wrong so many times in a row.
Yeah.
But I also think if he were to lose a fight, I wouldn't be flabbergasted.
Right.
Like,
Definitely.
Because we thought he was going to lose his last like 3, dude.
not the last one. Not the last one. I said, fuck that. I'm
not
hopping
betting
shit.
against him again.
I didn't think that he was going to lose his last 3. I
Yeah.
thought that he would perform well against a lot of people he's performed well against.
Yeah.
I think I've called him in every fight that he's won recently. But I was never called ever.
Until the last 2, I was like, no way.
Yeah.
I won't even lie. I was that guy. And then now after he won those couple, I was like, never again. I wouldn't bet that guy out against Khabib right now.
I wouldn't bet against Volk. That's why I say they're in the same world.
I would with Max Holloway. Max Holloway is
that's your heart talking, buddy.
It's me watching him lose the second fight.
But he also lost the first fight pretty definitively.
But like, dude, and then the fights afterward, like Max is embarrassing people. He's embarrassing people.
Volk just embarrassed KZ.
Yeah, pretty bad.
Yeah, he did. But KZ only got that title. He wasn't the title contender.
Of course not. That again, that's what I'm saying. It's like you don't think that. I think that he probably embarrassed his fucking Yair. I bet he embarrassed Ortega. I mean, Ortega kind of.
Those aren't probably dogs. Those are fucking locks. My thing is, he has the best in out of the people who have done the most recently. He does have the one guy that can actually beat him behind him.
Other than my man Arnold Allen, dude. Arnold Allen's a sleeper.
I would love to see Arnold Allen run train, dude.
Don't give Arnold Allen.
It's usually those kinds of guys that are the ones that beat the unbeatable guys, man. Like think about a Chris Weidman. A lot of people didn't think Chris Weidman was the guy to take down
Frankie Edgar.
Frankie Edgar. A lot of people didn't think Frankie was the guy to take down BJ.
Dark horse sleeper. But we do agree though that that Oliveira and Volk they've done enough to prove it, but we're still not confident in all of their fights, right?
Yeah.
We need that one big scary. Well, I guess
what I was saying earlier
is like, it's just the definitive stamp of I'm for sure the better fighter than you. That's what Volk needs over Max.
Well, yeah,
right.
That definitive third, no question.
I wouldn't be surprised at all if Volkov wins that fight. Like not surprised at all.
If he dominates him, I'd be surprised if he dominates him though. And if he dominates him,
if it's 5-0, I would be very surprised.
Yeah. Well, and then Oliver, the next guy is Kamaru Usman, and we know that
for sure unbeatable right now.
Unbeatable,
no doubt about it. With that,
no
185 Izzy, it's hard.
I'm not speaking on either of those. I won't even talk about him.
Izzy, I'm gonna still say at middleweight is unbeatable. I mean,
I'm not talking about either. I think it's just a no question.
That being said, you're stupid if you don't put 20 on Cannonier.
Right.
20? I may put 50 on Cannonier.
How much of an underdog is Cannonier?
Gotta be big. It's gotta be big.
Cannonier.
That 205.
Easily beatable. Glover's easily beatable.
And then heavyweight Francis Ngannou.
He's a minus 360. A minus 365 favorite. That makes Cannonier a plus 280 underdog. Not too bad.
They kind of gave him better odds than I thought they would.
Because he's gonna win, dude. Because Vegas.
I'm throwing 50 on him for sure.
I'm sorry. Did you guys already move on to 205?
Yeah, we said Glover's beatable.
For sure. Everybody there.
Sean, I can barely hear you, Sean.
Yeah, he's definitely beatable.
Did you hear that, bitch?
Motherfuckers.
This is, I think, maybe the most interesting one. Francis Ngannou. Like, Francis Ngannou's beatable, right?
I don't think there'll ever be a heavyweight champion that's unbeatable. There's so much touch power at heavyweight that it's just like
it's hard. Yeah,
I think Ngannou's the closest to unbeatable that we might have seen in heavyweight.
Well, I mean,
after watching him out wrestle Stipe and stuff like that, I was like, damn, and beating Cyril the way he did, I was like, man, okay, like he's not just a fucking bomber anymore.
No.
Yeah. So that's pretty interesting.
Realistically, 3 or 4 champions, considering on how you look at things.
That's kind of shocking
right now.
There was a period of time when we had Anderson Silva and GSP,
and BJ Penn was a champion at that same time, and Brock Lesnar was the champion at the same time.
They all.
I remember a poster at B-Dubs had BJ Penn, GSP, Anderson Silva, Brock Lesnar, and somebody else that.
Hold on, was John Jones kind of a young champion at that point too?
Who's John Jones?
Probably had just won the title if he was.
That shit was locked up at that point, dude. Shit was locked up.
He had just won it.
They call that the golden age, is what they call it.
Yeah, the golden age. That really was a golden age to me, man.
That's what
there was a lot of
changed
fun shit happening.
Generations and
Ultimate
generations.
Fighter was still good. That's how you know UFC was good. The Ultimate
I
Fighter
need
was
to watch
still an
it.
entertaining show to watch.
Kyle hasn't
Now
watched
it's
one
terrible.
episode.
You're not missing anything, Kyle. It's
No,
not
that
great.
I honestly, I said this last time when you guys were talking about it. I was like, oh, okay, never mind. Like I'm just
Yeah.
not even. I'm already so
It's
far
not
behind
great.
that I'm like, I'm not going down that road.
Did you watch the newest episode, Matt?
No, that's what I still need to watch it. I'm happy that you told me it was finished because I know
Yeah.
it's a guy who like, everybody says is real good against like an old vet. So
It's that Rob McDonald guy.
yeah, so
Yeah.
got a farm.
Yeah. For
Got a
sure.
farm.
He had a
But
farm.
well, sometime we should just do favorite fighters in the division because fuck all a champion, right? Who gives a
Right.
shit about it, dude? I like Corey Sandhagen more than like 90% of champions in the UFC right now. I just like am big fan of random people, and I can't even tell you why. But we should set our favorites list sometime, run down.
I
And
think that's what's awesome about Glover for me right now is like he
I
actually.
could
That's
probably
why I
name
just
like my top 5 right now.
Glover right now. Glover's always been one of my favorite fighters, and the fact he finally grinded there towards the end of his career, I'm just like, yes.
he never got me off on a card. I never saw Teixeira on a card and was like, gotta watch that one. So I can't say he's one of my favorites. I like him though.
For a part of it with me, probably with Kyle too, is that we saw him live. He's like one of the first big name fighters we got to watch. So it was pretty cool. We got to see him beat Rampage. And that was another, it was cool seeing Rampage fight. It was like, holy
Who's your
shit.
guys' favorite? I know we love Max, we love Ty, we love all kinds of fighters.
Are we talking like all time or active?
just right now? Just
Right now.
I need 2 minutes.
It's
at least
probably
2
Max,
minutes.
but if I can't say Max, then
And really just look at it as don't think of it too hard. Just like who would you be really excited to watch fight? Yeah, it could.
Oh,
I mean,
with no repercussions,
yeah, no repercussions.
I can be Korean Zombie.
that would be really dope. Yeah.
That's a good
Zombie
one.
fight.
I get
He's just-
excited for
He's just
weird fighters.
he's just one of those guys I've always been super high on. You know what did
Yeah.
it for me? I remember watching the Mark Hominick versus Jose Aldo fight. And
Right.
Aldo like beats his ass, but in the 5th round, like Mark Hominick puts in work in the 5th round against Jose.
Right.
And his next fight was Korean Zombie. He got knocked out in like 7 seconds.
Right.
And I was instantly like, who the fuck is this guy? And then like I started looking more into stuff, and then the twister happens. I'm like, oh my God, this fucking guy. And
For
now
sure.
he will always forever be just a soft spot as a fan.
For
Yeah,
sure.
I don't know why I like certain fighters. I really have no idea why. Like I've always liked Jared Cannonier. I think it's because he used to fight at heavyweight. It always made me think like, imagine if a heavyweight cut so much weight that he could fight at middleweight. Like that always like made me think like that'd be fucking scary. And he's the guy to do it. But like other than that, I have no idea why I like certain fighters. Like I know why I like Brandon Moreno type fighters, you know, like he obviously has a really good story and stuff like that. But like no idea why I like Rosa Namajunas. She's the least interesting person of all time.
Yeah.
It's like complete.
Really like Cheeto, Marlon Vera.
Yeah, I like Marlon Vera. I'm not like
Vera
over the hill on, but I like him more than Sean O'Malley, who I like wish wasn't as recognized, you know, in the world. I don't, and if he wasn't as recognized, I would have nothing wrong with Sean O'Malley at all. But the fact that like people know who he is and they, in my opinion, they shouldn't, kind of irks me, you know.
For sure.
Kind of the same thing with Patty too, though.
Yeah.
But Patty, no, there's totally a reason why. Like Patty is, without trying, a charismatic person. Sean O'Malley like puts a camera in his face and acts goofy and like does TikToks. It's like I'm sure Patty has done a fair share of TikToks. I'm not positive of it, but it's more like he just kind of oozes a bit of this thing about him, you know. And like it's more
was,
the joy that he fights with.
Marlon Vera was calling out the UFC saying they were protecting O'Malley by giving him probably the most favorable top 15 matchup they could have given him with Pedro Munoz, or that's who's fighting, right? Pedro Munoz. Yeah. Because Pedro
I suppose
Munoz is on like a 3 or 4 fight losing streak. But my thing is the only people Pedro Munoz has ever lost to are like champions. Like if you go look, it's like literally all of the former bantamweight champions are the only guys to have given Pedro, and none of them are finishes. They're all decision losses.
That may be
Sean O'Malley is 13th ranked, buddy. Like it's not like they're like propelling him past like you know,
Right.
Song Yadong is like 4 paces ahead. Ricky Simon
But I think though that what they're saying, because this is O'Malley's first time fighting somebody ranked. He still has yet to fight somebody ranked. So this is his first time. He's even crept into the top 15 without fighting somebody. I could be wrong on that. Maybe the last guy he fought was. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what the thing was. Who was the last guy he fought?
That's a good question. I can pull him up real quick. Give me 2 seconds.
It wasn't Thomas Almeida, was it?
It was Paiva. Raulian Paiva.
Oh yeah. That guy might have been ranked, but if he was like 15.
I don't think he is ranked. Rafael Sunsao is 15 right now at Bantamweight. But yeah, it's interesting. You know, a year ago I wouldn't have known like literally 60 or 70% of the fighters on this ranking.
A lot of guys have crept into the top 15 quickly.
Okay, so
but it's good stuff
for sure. A shouty dody bodie.
I love seeing Michelle Guerrero ranked.
Every fight he's been in, besides the Marlon Vera fight, has had performance of the night.
Yeah, because he always does have really nice finishes. They're fun. He's fun to watch.
Fight of the night, performance of the night, performance of the night. Then he blew his leg out against Vera, and then performance of the night, fight of the night, performance of the night.
Why haven't they just booked him and Vera again?
Vera said he's down, and O'Malley said if he beats oh boy, he said the reason why O'Malley's down now is because Marlon Vera's in the top 5 now. So now he's like, I'll win this fight. You're in the top 5. I have a built-in storyline. He probably thinks that's an easy path to the top 5 for him. He's going to get a big contract probably after this next fight, because I think it might be the last fight on his deal. And that's what he kept talking about, was he didn't want to fight. He basically was like, I don't want to fight like these tough ass dudes while I'm only making like fucking
he came out and said that shit
a year or per fight. You know what I mean?
Patty came out and said the same thing.
Yeah.
Do not be surprised if
Patty's like, I'm not going in there and fighting gangsters for nothing.
It's a stunner on Sean O'Malley.
I think Marlon Vera beats him again because he was winning that fight up until Sean O'Malley's leg. Fucked him up. So I'm
not trying to say that's what it was, but I just remember that picture where like he's
got to see a DDT win in the UFC eventually. Got to see a DDT win. Dude, I swear to God, I could knock somebody out with a DDT.
Well, yeah, dude, just bait him in.
Just a sharp and boom.
Bait him into shooting on you or something.
Yeah, bait him into a double. Bait him into a double.
Grab up a guillotine and just throw yourself back.
Yeah, and for real, but like try to spike him. Like really try to like drop your weight.
Worst case scenario, that still lets you roll over and get on top, even if it doesn't stump him.
And then you're in the mounted guillotine.
Yeah.
Oh,
then pull out a fucking rattlesnake from your fucking bag and throw it on your opponent like Jake.
Oh, bring out a rattlesnake.
Yeah.
Hit him with you remember this dude?
Yeah. Cobra. Yeah. The what was it? Santino called it. Was it just the Cobra?
Yeah.
I think it was just the Cobra.
Dude, if someone did that shit and said,
give Nyla the Cobra.
Yeah. So I'm happy that you guys talked about mature things while I was out earlier.
Good job.
Very mature. 18 and older.
I'm not editing. I edit the beginning and I edit the end. And probably the part about Joanna. But that's it.
No, you gotta take that chunk out.
No, then you can edit it, buddy.
Okay. I don't think that chunk would be good for the brand at all.
The brand. Did you check out my my little music playlist, buddy?
No.
Just like it. Just
terrible friend. No, I'm just kidding. I'm fucking with you.
Did you send it?
Doing shit.
I mean, I bombarded y'all with text. I
like what you changed your YouTube channel to. What was it called? Ice.
Oh, Iceberg Lounge.
Iceberg Lounge. I like that.
From the Batman.
The thing is about the OnlyFans stuff. It'd be like something where it randomly blow up in fucking 3 years, and someone looked up some wild shit about us, and now that shit's getting posted on fucking everywhere.
No, dude, the fact that it's saved on my computer is dangerous enough, my friend.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have it on mine.
That's some guy
putting everything on my external hard drive just to back everything up.
Smart.
But if it's posted, it's easy money, dude. Like that's
right.
I don't think that the word, I can't say it now, is a bad word. It is a part of the human body. I do not think that OnlyFans is a bad word. Are you bad word shaming? You guys can fill in the blanks.
Fill in the bleezies.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Very light editing. Very light editing. Should I put a backing track on
Well,
this.
it's just a huge chunk you can pull right out and it'll be easy.
You guys ever see Mystery Men, dude?
Yeah, we were just talking about that, weren't we?
Dude, when Ben Stiller, what's his character?
Oh no, we were talking about Mystery Team.
It's the elbow back.
That was me and you. That's me and you talking about Mystery Team.
Slaps the
Mystery
fist.
Team.
Mystery. You guys talking about the Donald Glover?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about now.
I love chocolate milk. I love chocolate milk
So, what are we talking about? Chocolate milk for?
because they're big fans of chocolate milk in that movie.
Chocolate milk, chocolate.
Do you guys like Yoo-Hoo?
Coffee.
I'll drink a Yoo-Hoo.
I love Yoo-Hoo.
I fucking love Yoo-Hoo.
I don't drink stuff like that ever since I
Give
started
me
drinking
a
alcohol.
Yoo-Hoo casket when I die. I love Yoo-Hoo.
Dude, if I was a
buddy.
race car driver, it would be a Yoo-Hoo wrapped
buddy.
NASCAR.
Okay? I'm gonna get a
Cool that.
tattoo on my forehead of a Yoo-Hoo, buddy.
Oh, just of a Yoo-Hoo being poured into my mouth.
I haven't drank a
Sick, dude.
full flavored, like full sugar drink in probably 5 years since I started drinking alcohol.
Dude, now I just want to get
Crazy.
Shake Well tattooed onto a portion of my body.
Hell yeah. Shake well before serving.
Yeah, just underneath a specific area of my body.
Hell yeah. Hell
That
yeah.
hurts so fucking bad.
On the taint, you think?
Yeah, dude, it'd be the fucking worst.
I think it would just be uncomfortable. I'd be like holding my legs up for like an hour. Like,
For
yeah,
sure.
if I was that tattoo artist, I'm like, just another 20, totally done. It's already done. Just another 20 minutes. Just, that's it. Just another 20 minutes.
I'll get out of here.
She's coming to me like,
Clown ass kids. But anyways, yeah. So you guys gonna post what you guys did yesterday?
Yeah, I'm gonna look through it and shit first to see exactly what.
3
if
hours.
we don't, it's like
sure.
whatever. Because
For sure, everything we recorded while the fights were going, we'll for sure
Yeah.
post that.
okay, I thought you're talking okay, because some of the Boondock stuff gets a little racy.
Well, also too, when we're watching stuff, sometimes we're also like not talking for periods because we're watching it.
Yeah,
So it's like, yeah. And also too, we can't post a lot of the shit while we're watching it because you can literally hear what we're watching and we'll get our shit taken down.
dude, we
anyway.
sit here when we're watching it, Matt. We'll sit here and like pause it and play it, pause it, play it until we get linked up on the
Yeah.
sound delay.
Yeah, I did that when Chanel was in Brooklyn last year, and she wanted to watch Cats. So
Mm.
not only did I have to pay for Cats, but then also I had to stream it.
Mm.
So she was watching the paid, and you can't watch two things at the same time, on the same device. I was like, I'm not buying it 2 times on 2 different things. No, not doing it.
yeah.
And so but I had to, of course, sync it up. And I was like, oh God, this is horrible. And of course I lied about the sync. It wasn't perfect.
Right.
With
We get
Cats,
it perfect sometimes.
though,
Yeah.
dude, I mean, if you guys are doing that, you better have everything in your.
Do you guys want to try one time doing this while we watch a movie or something?
Hell yeah, we could do it while we watch a fight on ESPN Plus.
Well, yeah, that for sure. The showdy though, but we should watch like a movie we can goof during, and we don't have.
Dude,
like,
I heard that this new Top Gun is absolutely
Kyle just said he
incredible.
won't do it. Kyle said he won't do Tom Cruise.
Oh no, I heard that this is I'm not a Top Gun fan. And I heard that this is supposed to be one of the best films.
Oh, I'll illegally pirate it. If you want me to illegally pirate it, I will.
You
That's
won't
what I'm
pay
gonna
for
do.
Tom Cruise, dude?
That's
No.
what I'm gonna do.
Nope.
What
I'm
is your
not a-
deal?
I'm not a Top Gun guy, really.
That dude's a weird motherfucker, dude. I'm not giving any more of my money.
Dude, there's a lot of weird people, man. There's a
He's
lot.
very open about his weirdness, though.
I mean, like, what is he a bad guy or is he a weird guy?
I don't know if, dude, honestly,
You sound like a bully. You
I
sound
think, well, he's really bad on set sometimes, I heard, but I don't really care about that. It's more of a vibe, man. Like, I think he is in those eyes wide shut parties, you know what I mean?
he was in Eyes Wide Shut.
But I'm talking about like
Was
those
he not?
secret parties, you know what I mean, where shit goes down.
Yeah.
Yeah, or where people are wearing like white plague doctor masks. Yeah, I get it. And like people are wrestling in the basement. I totally understand.
They're
should
killing
watch,
random civilians.
Dude, being
We should
rich
watch
is
terrible movies
rock.
together.
That's what Howard keeps telling me to do. He's like, I found this movie about like an amorphous blob on another planet that turns
Have you
into.
guys ever heard of Tammy and the T-Rex?
Yes, I have.
No, but how about that fucking movie we watched that one night?
With what's his name? Damn it. Who is it, Sean? Who's the 80s child star?
That was Neil Patrick Harris. It was called 8-Bit Christmas.
No. It's
That's what it was called, wasn't it?
No, that was the awesome Christmas movie that me and you watched, dude. No, he's talking about when it was called Splatter, and it was Corey Feldman.
Corey Feldman, yeah.
I remember.
Did you guys ever watch that weird ass fucking bald Howard Stern video I sent you? That
remember.
YouTube video I sent it to you in the middle of the day while both of you guys were working. So I was like,
I probably didn't see it. Yeah.
Oh my god, it is the weirdest thing of all time. It is Corey Feldman performing on some weird like late 80s.
I watched it. Yeah.
It is so weird, dude. I was like, what happened in the late
Corey
80s?
Feldman's a strange guy.
Well, no,
Stern.
because like the movie you said with Neil MPH, that's like kind of a normal movie. You know, like it's like cheap and cheap.
What Corey Feldman did when he made that documentary or whatever.
Probably something wild.
He made this documentary, and it was like all about how like him and he was like talking like breaking like telling on people who were like pedophiles in Hollywood was the idea of it. And the funny thing about it was like he did it and he was just like all he did was just like be like, yeah, Corey Haim was just always getting fucked in his butt and blah blah blah. And like he made it seem like he was a super cool guy, and Corey Haim was just like this huge victim and this big weak kid. And it's just like, dude, you're a dirtbag. He held this big live viewing party that he invited people to, and people had to pay to go see, like a lot of money. And he showed like 20 minutes of it, and then it cut out, and he tried to claim that like people were trying to silence him and shit, and that's why everything shut. I'm like, dude, you're a scumbag, my guy. Like 100%.
Feldman live performances are money worthy, though. I mean, like Corey, he's an interesting person, even though he's obviously he's an insane person. But yeah, what if that whole thing with him and Corey Haim? What if he was just like, yeah, so I had this friend. We're gonna call him Corey,
right?
Okay? And he was just constantly getting
beaten,
treated.
We know.
And you know, what if it was that thing? Like, yeah, I have a friend who kind of a situation where Corey Haim was just a totally normal dude who got way hooked on opiates and like ended up ending his life way quickly, right? And then Corey Feldman was the one, but he was like, yeah, let's go ahead and the good thing to do is to shed light, on the bad things that happen. I want to tell my story, but I'm just not going to tell my story. I'm going to go ahead and slide story. Because, like, I don't know, out of the two, I don't want to say one was cooler than the other. They're both pretty lame. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, yeah. They're big fucking dorks.
But I could see Feldman being the one that slipped the drawers down for the producer kind of situation.
Oh, yeah. He claimed that, like, they used to, like, bend Corey Haim over in between trailers midday during sets and stuff. And I'm just like, I'm sure things were happening. But to that extent, dude, like for real, like midday, and there's like stage hands walking around carrying trays to catering and shit, and young Corey Haim is just like, no way, dude. No way, man. Come on, doggy.
People are just like getting people coffee.
Like, yeah, dude. If I know anything about pedophiles, it's that they like their privacy.
Dude comes walking around the corner, zipping his pants up like, you need a coffee? He's like, no, I just got my fix.
Got my fix, bro.
Yeah, it's like if this happens to little Billy down the street, the whole town knows. Like, one of these guys who did this is like, man, I got to do this in my basement every other day of the week. But there's this superstar famous actor who's on magazines over here.
Right.
I can just tap him between trailers in the middle of Broadway.
And nobody will ever know. People will just walk by and give me the head nod and shit.
Yeah, dude, they got double-sided this and that, and they got toys and all these things there, and
it's wild.
Is this recording?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, this is all staying.
This is all public knowledge. This is all shit that Corey Feldman.
This is all staying. And I didn't laugh.
I get that. I get that. But I just laughed like a maniac at one of the most fucked up things of all time.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I thought it was beautiful.
I didn't see any laughter.
Oh man,
hilarious. Well, that's terrible, and that's horrible, and that's no good, and very bad.
Very bad.
They should kill all those guys. All that.
What made it trigger to be even funny is when you made the claim that you're, or not the claim, but like the thought process, like, what if my friend was him? So now I'm just picturing him telling this story to people, being like,
he keeps
yeah,
going, no, seriously, it's not me.
yeah.
It's my friend.
They're like,
No,
"Oh,
seriously."
okay, Corey. It's like, and it was bad. It was like really graphic. And then
really
they did
bad.
this, or at least that's
Yeah.
what Corey told me.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
It's like, how do you know? Well, Corey said
And
that.
then they took Corey down in the basement.
It was horrible. And at times,
Dude, to stick to the story so hard, he's probably started referencing himself in the third person.
Yeah.
So whenever he's like, yeah, Corey said,
Right.
Corey wants a glass of water.
Yeah. It's
And
like
then-
that movie Split, but it's Corey Feldman and Corey Haim. He's one person.
And who is
dude,
he?
we're going to fucking hell. We're going to fucking
yeah.
hell. Dude.
I just know that some time ago, we're talking early 2000s, before a documentary or anything was made, or old Corey Haim revolutionized into who he is now. But I know that he was just at a Starbucks and the guy was bringing coffee, and it just flipped him right back to that coffee bringer on set of whatever Lost Boys.
Yeah.
And
Just walk by.
He went through PTSD right there in the middle of
Right there.
Starbucks.
Yeah. He was also
Like,
calling out
what
you guys know he
will not
calls
be
out
out
he
of-
infamously called out Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen. Yeah, Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen's innocent.
You think so?
I don't know what.
If
what's-
anybody is, man, I mean if anybody's is really a predator, I feel like he's
dude, he was
prime
in Hot
candidate
Shots
numero
Part
uno.
2. Okay,
do what?
nobody in Hot Shots Part 2 would ever do something.
Oh, I'm trying to think of what I like. There's not much I'm really like a super fan of Charlie Sheen in.
I really like Hot Shots Part 2.
I've never seen it, dude.
I would be that guy.
I
would
can't
be
think
that
of any
guy.
Charlie Sheen.
I would come home
movies.
from like school when I was in like 8th and 9th grade.
It's on, dude. Hot Shots Part 2 is on when you come home from school, man.
No, it'd be 2.5 Men.
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Obviously that's yeah.
It wasn't like the best show, but I would be
Oh,
like
you know what my favorite Charlie
Come on.
Sheen is fucking Major League.
Major League.
Yeah.
Easy.
Wild Thing. I fucking love that movie.
Easy money.
Yeah. Wild Thing. Did you
Actually,
see
you know
during,
what?
the
Scary
AEW
Movie
pay-per-view?
3. Scary
They had
Movie
that
3
match.
slept on.
I love the name of this upcoming, or I don't know if it's upcoming, but the new AEW pay-per-view that they announced. What's it called?
Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
Forbidden
What?
Door. Forbidden Door.
Door. No. It's named after Corey Feldman. Haim. Haim.
He's naming their
Haim.
Haim.
Named after Corey Haim.
During that match on the last pay-per-view, they had this like Anarchy in the Arena match. And during like half the match, John Moxley, his theme is Wild Thing right now. And it literally kept looping over for half the match, like how they used to do New Jack's theme. And they said it was
awesome.
They said it was a purposeful tribute too. They were like, yeah, that was on purpose.
I watched the clip of it and I couldn't believe they stopped it before the end of the match. But
Yeah.
no, it was awesome. It was like
Yeah.
really cool sounding and watching. Like
For sure.
somebody needs to do that. Like I guarantee you
Yeah.
WWE in like a month
I
or
bet
so.
they'll do it more often with Moxley because that's kind of he comes out through the crowd anyway, so it kind of has that feel for him, you know.
Yeah, no, I want Pat McAfee to win the damn Money in the Bank briefcase and to cash in at WrestleMania, and the entire time the WrestleMania main
Seven
event
Nation Army.
is Seven Nation Army
Yeah.
the entire time, dude.
He had an amazing entrance, man. He
Just
did so good.
no looping. It's just the song, just
Yeah.
they play one time because of how fast it is. The whole crowd at WrestleMania singing Seven Nation Army while Pat
Yeah.
McAfee wins the championship,
fire.
which would be the greatest thing for wrestling right now. I think we all agree.
For sure.
Okay, going back, I was on Sean O'Malley's page. So I was like, let's click on Pedro Munoz, He's won in his last 5. He's won 1 in his last 5.
Yeah.
His 4 losses are to Sterling, Frankie Edgar by split decision, and it was fight of the night. Jose Aldo by decision. Dominique Cruz by decision, fight of the night.
Everybody who's either currently a champion or has been a champion in their career.
Those people are going to be people talked about in 20 years. Every
Yeah.
one of them.
And they're all by decision. All of those
Yeah.
losses are by decision. So it's not like Munoz is a pushover. It's going to be a hard fight for O'Malley, I think, even if he does win. I don't think he's not going to walk through him like he has everybody else.
His only other loss in UFC was in like 2018 against John Dotson by split decision.
Who's also not a champ, but a good fighter, was a top contender.
About to be a BFC champ.
About to be probably, yeah. I'm going to be interested in seeing that.
Me too.
BKFC signed, man. They got Ben Rothwell now. They got John Dotson over there. You know what I'm saying?
What do you really
former
think?
WWE superstar Jack Gallagher over there.
Yeah.
What's up?
I think Ben Rothwell may get fucking crushed.
Yeah, me
Depends
too.
on who they put him up against, but yeah.
Yeah, but
Like,
like
he never really was that guy who's like, let's just throw hands, man. Like,
never been his thing. More like a calculated boxer of a striker.
Oh, we forgot to say they
Yeah.
have Chad Mendez too.
dude, Chad Mendez said he made more in that fight for that fight than like 98% of his UFC.
It's crazy.
Dude, let's just start back up Kimbo Slice style backyard, bare knuckle fighting here in the Midwest, Indiana.
Yeah.
I say we bring back bum fights, man. So many people getting homeless nowadays with the recession.
Crazy.
If it was well paid bum fights, if it's like the bum, it's like, oh, yeah, am I about to do this for $50? It's
Do you
like,
think people would still have a problem with it if you did bum fights but paid them like handsomely for it?
no, dude, no. What's the difference?
Right.
That's all we say in our defense. What's the difference?
What's the difference? We're paying them
Well, here's
at
the
an equal
thing.
level
Does it-
to like an
does it come down to
entry-level
the point?
MMA fighter.
Do it though. Well, they chose to do it.
Yeah.
We didn't make them. We offered them.
What do you think's like a considerable amount of money for to make it justifiable?
5 racks.
5 racks?
5
5
racks,
racks and pay any medical expenses.
Oh my god, dude! You might as well start an MMA organization, dude. Like you're fucking paying that
That's as much as
anyway.
probably like an opening level UFC guy, right? Like they can make like what 5
Yeah.
to 10
it would
racks.
have a niche, dude. It would have a niche. And what happens? What happens if fucking
I'd
the
say
homeless guy, Daryl,
1,000 in medical bills.
dude, becomes a fucking name brand, and all of a sudden, dude, we got a star on our hands,
Right.
and he's living in the hills of Beverly. I'm telling you, that's a pretty fucking kick-ass movie, right? Or
Yeah,
TV
man.
show, right
You
there.
can promote it like, hey man, we're helping these guys out. We're paying these guys. These guys are getting paid.
We could
Yeah,
probably
you
get
know-
Amber
you know who'd
Heard to
bed
be a
with us?
ring girl.
You know who'd get in bed with us? Jake Paul. Jake Paul would be like, "Let me hop on. We'll
Come
pay
on,
these guys
homie."
15,000 starting out. Every 100.
No,
days-
if he got in and was like, let's throw some money at it.
oh yeah,
Man.
yeah, and we would pay them by like view count.
We might have to
We'd
cut
pay
this
them
specific part out so nobody steals this idea from us.
Oh man, I have so many goddamn good ideas. It's ridiculous.
Man.
So many damn good ideas,
This
and
would
they
be awesome,
always
though.
start with a homeless person.
Yeah. Homeless people rule, man. You can make them
People
do
do
things for money. That's fucked up.
Dude, homeless people do rule, but it's because they're people.
They're people.
All
Yeah,
people
they are people.